Good. So here we are. Okay. Words related to job, employment, etc. So let's see. Let's make a sort of spidergram, dear pupils. So let's highlight first work, job, employment, and let's talk. Let's put the key word in the middle. Here it is. Let's put it there. And let's form words, what we call word formation. Here is a verb. We can say employer, and you can put it in the plural. You can say employee, and you can put it in the plural. Okay, and here you pronounce E, long E. You can say employment. And here it's noun, but a general noun. Here both words are also nouns, but for person. Here again, noun for someone. Noun referring to someone. Good. There. We can say, still again, we can form more words, and we can say employed. And the word is adjective. Okay? Here is an adjective form. So you see, we can form different words. Okay, good. We can say the opposite of that word. And we have a prefix. And employment. Sorry for the trouble. Have to write it in a clear way. Okay, back again. Good. Okay, all right. This is L, dear pupils. Okay, good. So you see that we can form a lot of words. Employ, that's give the work. Offer a job, hire a worker. Employer, employee, employment, employed, unemployed, employment, and employment from that one root, which is employ. And let's follow. What's employment? That's work. That's the fact of having a profession. That's the fact of having a job. What to be unemployed? The fact of having no job, jobless. What's unemployment? Joblessness, etc. And let's follow in our table there. Good. Okay. Employ is there. The head, as you see here, it's there again. Okay, that's to give, to offer a job. Look here, hire a worker, hire. All right, staff. Better for that word with A, because you may come across with the word staff with you. That's another thing, and we will see it again. Good, right, staff. Staff, all the workers employed in one organization or one company to manage. All right, and the word is a verb. That's to run, to rule, to direct. And we talk about management. management. That's the general noun. And we talk about manager, that the person, still noun, but for the person. A manager, all right? Noun referring to person. Good. All right. Fire a worker. Look here, it's easy. When you offer the job, you hire a worker, H. When you fire a worker, you change just that letter. H will be F. Okay? Hire a worker, fire a worker. Is it to put fire on? It's another metaphorically, maybe to put fire into the heart of someone. That's to fire a worker, it's to dismiss, to sack, to exclude, to force someone to leave. As you see there, it's the opposite of to hire. Right, I will talk about pay and payment. All right, that's the sum of money, all right, that we are waiting for to be paid, wage, salary. Actually, and please, dear pupils, I always remind you of the ly. Sorry for the trouble, you have to make it clear for all. Good. So there, utterly, the word is an adverb. You see there? Yeah. The ly of the adverb form. Good. Completely. Again. Good. Be mean on. That's to be interested in, to be fond of. Strike, and here is an issue. What's a strike? When workers are not really satisfied, they are not pleased, they feel there is a trouble somewhere. What do? Of course, some of them, they stop and they start to protest and to ask for their rights, okay? And sometimes they come to the point of going on strike. That means stop working as a sign of protest or refusal or rejection of something, okay, towards their managers. So here to strike or to go on strike. That's to stop working as a sign of protest, as a sign of a refusal, as a sign of, that means something to be changed, of course. And here you have to care for the economy and for the benefit of your work, for yourself, for your country. All right, good. Just joking. Good. So to go on strike, okay, refuse to work as a protest. Okay, resign. And you have to care for that word because here it's a verb and we pronounce it resign. That's you choose to stop working, okay, writing a paper that you are going to give up working. The word is a verb. The noun is a resignation. Okay, all right. It's the fact of giving up, all right, a position, often formally. How formally? Written. Okay, culprit. Here, what's a culprit? Someone, look here. There's always a culprit. That's someone or something causing problem. That's it. That means telling people what to do, what not to do. All right. Good. We already saw that word, which is, there it is, okay, okay, here it's to know, to believe in something and to show that you know, okay, and you have the word recognition, if you remember, and you saw that with unit number 3 and etc. Okay, but here it appears again, so we have to remember it as well. Okay, so it's nice to revise and to remember. Good. Here it's to esteem, to consider, to regard, to believe and to think. Asset, here these are, if you like, words of employment and, of course, maybe related to economy and employment and management. It's a useful and desirable, okay, a desirable thing or quality. Here you are. Anything that has, okay, all right, valuable and useful, if you like, I mean, importance. Good. Seek a job. We saw that here we move into that, if you like, lesson, which is about job ads. What we got here, we turn into lesson number 1. What, of course, everybody wants to work. Everybody dreams to have a nice job. Everybody wants to have good profession, to have a nice experience, etc. Of course, starting study, graduate, qualifications, skills, experience, and then, of course, you're going to look for a job, right? In different ways, in different forms, okay, that's maybe ads, etc., etc. And I refer you to lesson number 9, where you have to talk about job ads and some vocabulary here in focus, like to seek a job, to search a job, to look for a job, and then to apply for a job. And the key word is apply. Still again, we can form different, words. Apply for, application, application form, a letter of application. So still the word application, to apply. The person is an applicant. So here it is. Good. So let's follow here. So the second task still is because it's in the same, if you like, field of work, of job, of employment. We started with staff management, right? And then we turn to employment in the way of applying for a job. Okay, to seek a job, to look for a job, to apply for a job, okay, to search a job as well. It's a list. Okay, let's follow together. Okay, good. Seek a job, apply for a job, you see? Good. And the meaning is as follows. Look for a job. You see, look for, search. Okay. Recall there, you see, applicant. You see, and the word is a noun. Okay. Here you see, very important, someone. Okay, who is applying for a job. It's called a job applicant. A job that's someone, that's a candidate, all right, looking for a job. To be proficient in English. Oh yes, how nice. Okay, right. Everybody wants to be proficient in all languages, mainly in English. Wants to be proficient, good, to be skilled, to talk it fluently, to speak and to have a good knowledge in, if you like, that language. So there you are. Okay, to be proficient in English or any other language, all right? Okay, good. So you see, it's a whole expression. Okay, to be, if you want, competent, skilled, adept, experienced. And please, dear pupils, everybody knows and comes across this word, CV. Okay, we come with this word, which is the word CV. What's a CV? That word is not of English origin, but it's, all right, that means a curriculum vitae. A curriculum vitae. That's a biodata. Okay, in a CV, and when dealing with writing, we are going to provide you with samples of CVs from which you can have ideas or expression that can be used when writing a letter of application. When you want to apply for a job, sometimes you are asked and you are required to send a CV, all right, about your life, etc., your experience. There, the first part, you are not going to develop in notes, in paragraphs, okay, but you are going to give notes and hints. First part in your CV, okay, because in a way you are going to identify yourself, who you are, your age, your address, your email, your phone number, etc., your date of birth. That's it. So self, if you like, or personal, all right? You identify who is who. And they're going to talk about your qualifications, your degrees, your education, okay, years and okay, diplomas, and that's it. And then if you have experience, that's your experience, such and such and such. And if there are other things, okay, interesting things, okay, like hobbies, like other languages, like other interesting things, of course, with references that you have to send along with your CV. So this is what we call a CV. It's a biodata. Okay, all right. Well, that's going to be, of course, one day we're going to enter that employment, of course, that's we look for a job, when we want to apply for a job. It's not enough to write a letter of application. You develop a letter of application, but you are required to send a detailed CV. That's the word CV, all right? And of course, for everything, there is a deadline. And you have to respect line. What is it, a line that is dead? That's a word that means a date. For everything, there is a date that you have to respect. A deadline is there. What's a deadline? Let's see what's a deadline. A deadline, as mentioned there, okay, it's, okay, a closing date. The date that you have to respect when you are going to send some papers to, I don't know, to a certain firm or company, okay, for something. Here, dear pupils, we are, and then we move to, as you see there, we have the 9 lessons of life issues. So you see health issues, smoking, healthy diet, okay, attitudes, behavior, okay, values, moral, if you like, conduct, etc. And then some tips and how to build your character, how to be nice and friendly, and how to be, okay, to ignore all what is bad, and to keep all what's going to be kept, of course, for better days, for a shining future, etc. And then we dealt, of course, with another very important issue, how to save energy, some pieces of advice, some tips, okay, some recommendations, etc. How to keep care, to take care for everything which is, I mean, about our environment, about, okay, space, about okay, pollutions, about I don't know, driving, about fuel, about electricity, all that stuff. And then we talked about I mean, exodus, that fact of moving from one part because of certain drawbacks into another part, and we talked there about urban exodus. It may be another way of exodus, right? And exodus is a way of moving, so it's a way of mass migration from one part of the country to another part for certain reasons, and we're going to see those reasons next with writing. Okay, just wait for us. And then we saw what we call some newscast, okay, here pieces of news from there and there, okay, how to talk about the weather, some natural problems, disasters, and etc. Okay, how to use the future tense when you're describing weather forecast, when to forecast the weather, okay, that to call about rain, okay, drizzle, about fog, about mist, about, okay, it will clear, okay, next day, etc. and etc. And then we talked about what you call, I don't know, staff management, and we entered the issue of employment and work, and how to form words and expressions, and etc. And then we talk, if you want to apply for a job application, you are an applicant, you are a job applicant, you see, and you see we form words like apply, application, apply for a job application, or a letter of application, a candidate, or a job applicant. That's someone who's going to apply for a job. You see, seek a job, search a job, look for a job, etc. Okay, how to send a CV? Okay, what's a CV? What's the deadline? You have to respect the deadline and to show that you are interested and you are really caring and you're not just ignoring, that you have to respect dates and etc. So here it is. Of course, grammar is still there, and we will talk about grammar later. All right, phrases and expressions and ideas to be dealt with in writing are still there, and we're going to come, I mean, when we reach that part, we're going to explain it. Don't worry, everything is ready. Just wait for us. Okay, there, dear pupils, is there. And there are still some extra sessions for the arts students branch. Namely here, when talking about the richer and the poorer, the haves and the have-nots. We call haves and have-nots about money. Okay, rich and poor. You know this word, rich and poor. When you have the plus, the adjective, you refer to a group of people. We say a rich man, the rich. They are rich. Okay, poor people, the poor. Okay, the poor. We talk about the group. Okay, need money, the needy, etc. So let's follow, and here it's mainly for art students. So let's follow the richer, the poorer, the haves, the have-nots. Good. Follow together. Okay. Here we are. Okay. You see, words related to richness. Okay. All right. Okay, of course, for a better distribution of wealth, okay, for a better balance, okay, all right, here we can say the rich, the haves, the affluent, the well-to-do. Remember that adjective, we saw it, the well-to-do and the wealthy. So that in unit number 1 and lesson number 2, when we talked about the well-to-do, who can afford to travel to space. If you remember, not everybody can travel to space because it's exorbitant, it's very dearly expensive, okay, costly. So that compound adjective, well-to-do. Of course, the adverb well coming from the adjective good. We're going to see its opposite in the list of the poor, which is going to be the badly to do. But bad with money, right? That means they don't have money, the have-nots. So here's some expressions, so let's follow on. All right, good. We talk about also the wealthy, the fortunate. Okay, right, good. So here as well, I'd like you always to remember the plus a special adjective, you refer to a group of people. For example, the rich, right? The poor. All right, here it is. The poor, the impoverished, right? The needy, the badly off. You see, here this list is contradictory to that one. The broke live in rags. The penniless, no penny, right? Not even 1 penny. Call them the penniless, right? The broke, okay? The badly to do, the needy, right? The impoverished. Remember those words, right? Okay, the rich, the well-to-do, the wealthy, the affluent, right? They can buy things, so they have the haves, okay, and the have-nots. And there, dear pupils, art branch, I refer you, and I would like you to remember that lesson of the 2 sisters, Bessie and Lottie, okay, the one who cared for future days, and of course, save for future, and the one is careless, right, and then turned into being penniless, okay, impoverished, living in rags, not in rich. And this expression, rags, meaning, clothes which are in rags, okay, not in riches. That means old and with pieces of rags, okay, all right, because of poverty, not because of right being really fashionable or in, etc. So here, in rags as a sign of poverty. Good. Broke. Penniless, right? Penny is the smallest, if you like, penny. That's a millim, all right? Okay, they say here, there is a proverb, penny and penny, let together make many. All right, here, no penny. But if you share, all right, penny and penny, let together make many, right? These are the words related to that, okay, lesson, okay? With expressions and the phrases still to come, and the best is yet to come, with expressions and the phrases which are going to be needed and useful expression to be used mainly with writing. Just we're going to provide you with all. Just wait. Good. More words still with the art branch. When we talked about other lessons, we talked about there, of course, about secret of 2, right? Still there, okay. And I talked about what is a secret? A secret is something that you don't need to tell others, okay. And we have, for example, the word, right, to panic, worry, deliberately, etc. right? Wonderful word, and so on and so forth. Dear pupils, here it is. But still, some, vocabulary, but all of it used, earlier. Throughout all the lessons, overall the textbook, all right? So, but let's just, refresh our memories about those words. More words, more vocabulary. So, that's a few words just as a reminder. Good, such as, more vocabulary, more words. Okay, we have the word, for example, okay. You can have the word anxious, and the word is adjective. Meaning word. Meaning il-atiz. We have the word, that same word, with anxiety. Sorry, here. I have to write it in a clear way. All right, good. There we are. Still, okay, still again. We don't have to give up. We don't surrender here. We keep strong. The fact of being word. Retire. Here is not to be excluded or to resign from work. That's stop working because of age. For example, many at the age of 60 years old, okay, many people retire. The age of retirement. All right, the age of retirement. Retirement is the fact when you stop, if you want, working. That's no. Good. All right. There you are. Deliberately, bury, mirror, pass away. All right. I'd like you to remember that word. Also, when we talked about secret of two. The fact of dying. All right. Good. All right. And then, still, with the art branches, dear pupil. Here, what a wonderful word. And here it comes from a song. There you have full, plenty of nice words, all right? Optimistic, having hope, hopeful, right? As opposed to helpless, all right? Being, right, having, I don't know, a positive attitude towards the world and towards life. Good, there it is. All right, okay. And there, for that, branch, which is art student, and all of you, why not? Okay, here, a nice stories there. Okay, the secret of two. That's a secret. Cannot be a secret if it's told. And that's a secret between two. That horse and his master. Okay, that the man was blind, if you remember. And when the horse, because of age, I don't know, died or passed away, one day that man was crossing the street, and unfortunately for him, he came from a truck or lorry, and he died because of a road accident. That time when people revealed the secret that he was blind. So, and the fact of losing his horse is that same day that people or he himself felt that he lost his sight. Okay, and it was an everlasting secret until the day of his death. And here the message, of course, of keeping right secrets, etc., and I mean having faithful friends, and how that's etc. All those values, all right. So, of course, moving to another session, still with art students, and where we talk about the wonderful, all right, hopeful, bright, shining word. That's it. And here we are, dear pupils. It's, if you like, a summary of the main words. Just remember them with their forms. Okay, when it's used as a noun or adjective, noun, general noun, or noun referring to people, persons. Here I'm going to get back to that word of employer and employee. What's the difference between this ER? Of course, the ER suffix, singer, teacher, right, etc., dancer, the one who is doing, okay, right. So employer, the one who is employing the others. So employer is the boss. The employer is the one who is hiring. Who? Hiring the employee. So employees are workers. So let's get a little back towards that, if you like, table when we talked about employers and employees, jobs, etc. Here we are, okay? So, and we say employ is to offer a job, to provide, to hire, to give. And so that person, we call him the employer. So a person. Okay, so there we are, dear pupils. Okay, good.